Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to True Telos Trading. Today is September 15th. It's the first trading day of the week. We had an A+ quality stock pop up this morning that we are red on. We are red on it, well, mostly because when we went to buy our order did not fill at the price that we wanted to fill at. We bought a little bit higher and we did not sell when we were supposed to sell. Let's go ahead and get into that stock of the day. The stock that we traded this morning, the ticker of the stock was EVTV. Again, today is September 15th, 2025. The stock had breaking news this morning. This will be a 3 here. The float was below 10 million shares. As a matter of fact, the float was 3.1 million shares. This will be a 2. It was trading above the 200 MA. The 200 MA was about 70 cents. The price that we bought this stock at was approximately, let me go back and check that price for us. That price was $8.55, so well above 70 cents. This would be a 2 here. When we bought it this morning, it was right over that 50. As a matter of fact, it was about 60 to 70%, probably closer to 90. So this will be a 1 here. Again, the price was below $10 because we bought it at $8.55. This would be a 1 here. It was it was not among the top 3 stocks. It was like the number 5 stock because the top 3 stocks were up over 100%, with the top one going up about 560% on the day. So we are definitely in a bull market. Time to capitalize on these price movements. But again, it wasn't in the top 3, so this would be a 0 here. And it did reach all-time highs. Like I said, if you go and look at the daily of this chart, the all-time high that the stock ever reached was above that $8, but it hadn't reached this high, the high of $7.50 in the last 3 years. So if it doesn't reach that price within the first calendar year, that's when we are still going to be using this all-time high. But in the last 3 years, definitely all-time highs. So this is going to be a 1 here. If we add all of these together, this gives us a score of 10. And according to our True Telos Trading grading scale, a 10 is an A+ phenomenal stock. So an A+ phenomenal stock that we are red on today. Let's go ahead and get into that chart to see how we traded it. This is our stock here, EVTV. I went ahead and I put these signals on here so that we can know on what candle that I bought and that I sold on, just to give us a bigger picture of where I am. So this one, again, was a little bit frustrating. So I was looking at it with the high of day being this high right here. So this high right here, let me go ahead and mark this high of 686. $6.86 was the high before I started trading this stock. 688, 686, close enough. So 686 was the high of this stock. The next mark that you see here would be the all-time high of this stock, the all-time high. So because it was an A+ phenomenal stock with a news catalyst, I'm looking for that price to beat that all-time high. How I traded this stock, I wanted to get in through the break of this high of day using the strategy I call breaking high of day. So I attempted to get in here. Let me go to my order window because I want to be able to show you guys the orders. This was the order that was canceled when I tried to fill 376 shares at this $7.01. So the price was moving so fast that it zoomed past my order. So when I have the preset order, this order is able to fill 10 cents above where I pressed that buy button at. So it went from It went from 701 to 712 in like microseconds. Because if it didn't, I would have been able to feel a little bit higher than that 701. 701 is where I pressed that buy button at, but I wanted to, like, I'm able to feel a little bit 10 cent higher than that, because I want to capitalize on those price movers. That's how I have my keys set up. So let me go to the orders that were filled. This is where I bought and where I sold this stock at. This is where I bought and where I sold this stock at. So I bought it at this is Eastern Standard Time. I'm Central Standard Time. So 6:02, and I sold it at 6:05. Let's go ahead and go back into that chart to see how we traded it. So again, let me go back into this order tab. I bought the shares at $8.55 at 6:02 a.m. So 6:02. About right here in this area, 55 cents. So I filled pretty high. It's basically on this candle. I filled pretty high here. So I was waiting for that next resistance point to hit here. So I bought here. It retraced here for a second, came back up here. This on the high of this candle, it hit this high right here in like a second and a half, and then immediately kind of dropped back down. So after it dropped back down, I'm kind of waiting for it to come back up. You know, MACD is still positive. We have selling that's not as high as the buying was, but as soon as we get this drop here, as soon as it hits a lower than this candle, that lower than $7.90, I went ahead and sold the entire position for a loss, just to mitigate, like I said, loss on the account. I don't want to hold losing trades just to hold them. I want to get rid of those so we can capitalize and keep some of that capital in our account. This was a very good trade. I do wish I would have filled there at that 701. I don't think that there's anything that I can really do about not being filled on those orders when we press that buy button. Even though we got in a little bit higher, you know, this was an A+ quality stock. This was a move that I wish we could have capitalized on. Just showing you all that the True Telos trading strategy does work, but sometimes we don't fill our orders at the price that we want to fill them at, or sometimes if it gets a little bit higher, the trade just doesn't pan out because everyone traded this move, and it all fizzled out in the end. But like I said, we're red on the day. It was a good A+ quality trade, and we're going to be back tomorrow doing the same thing. You know, sometimes these mistakes do happen, and we can't dwell on them super long. We just have to look at the trade that was presented, and we see that it was a very good trade. If we would have got in at the price that we wanted to get into, which was that 701, but like I said, we didn't. We had to cancel that order. We got in a little bit higher, and we are red on that stock because of it. The market is moving very, very, very well. We had a stock that went up 500% today. The second and third most stocks are about 250 to 300 right now. So I think this month is going to be a profitable month for everyone that is trading, and I hope that you all are enjoying this content, and welcome to Telos Trading. You know, sometimes you can't help but feel a little bit frustrated, especially when you see a trade that is an A+ quality according to whatever strategy that you are trading, and you can't get into it whenever you want to get into it. Like, it is very frustrating when that type of thing happens, but it does happen, and what we do afterwards determines what happens to us as a trader. It determines what happens to our personality, how we share our lives with others, and it affects the journey that we're on, especially if we want to be successful at whatever we want to do. So I'm going to take this today, and I'm going to learn from it. You know, whatever I can, I'm going to make sure that I optimize how my trades are executed, so that next time that this happens, I'm able to get in maybe a little bit higher, at a little bit higher price, especially if price is moving super fast. I want to be able to get into these trades, and I want to be able to capitalize on the movement that we're seeing here in the market, and not buy it higher than I would. You know, maybe next time, if I miss that opportunity to buy the stock at where I want to buy it at, maybe I should not buy it at all. Maybe that's something that I could do in the future. I have to hold back. Maybe this trade today will be considered a fear of missing out, even though it was an A+ quality trade or A+ quality stock. Maybe if I don't enter when I wanted to enter. Maybe I should not enter at all. So we will see how this pans out for the future of True Telos trading. I hope you all enjoy this type of content. If you do, please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoy this journey, and I will see you all tomorrow. And welcome to True Telos Trading.